Hey everyone, welcome to Aastha's Makeup Closet where we wake up and make up for 30 and up. Today I have a video for you. You've seen all my makeup been done and everything, and I've used on other palettes, and it's my top 10 spring summer palettes for 2021 that I feel very summer appropriate, very spring appropriate. We're almost out of spring in India. We're majorly into summer, with the temperatures touching 42 degrees Celsius, at least in Delhi. So, I just decided to make a list of the palettes and show you exactly what are my top 10. And if you're interested in something like this, do keep on watching. So starting in no particular order, I am going to begin with the largest palettes, or actually I'll just do like a mix up. And so starting in no particular order, this is not like a top 10 like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but more like the 10 best shadow palettes that I believe would be very, very appropriate for spring and summer. So starting with the palette that I have on my eyes today, it's the Abh Norwena Collection. Now, what I also want to mention here is that all these palettes are available in India. They are either available on Nykaa, or they are available at their respective stores, or they are available at Sephora. So, I made a list of these particular palettes so that you could just go out and get them or call for them, considering we're under lockdown and everything's just the pandemic's on a different level here. So these are the palettes that are available in India. So now that that's out of the way, let's start. So the first palette I have is the Abh Norwena Collection. This is the volume 4. It's the pink palette. This is available at Sephora, and I got mine early on, so I had to call for it from abroad. But that's why, these two shades came shattered and I had to repress them. And this is what I have on my eyes today. I really love this color story. It has the ability to give you a nice neutral look with these colors here. And also, pinks and purples, which are very reminiscent of spring and very reminiscent of, going into warmer weather. And this pop of yellow, which I have right here, in my inner part of the eye. So this is something that I really, really enjoy. They've got some pressed glitters also. I really like this palette for spring. And, this is something that I would recommend. The pigmentation is fantastic and I thoroughly enjoyed using it. Going into the next palette, this is again another Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, Modern Renaissance. This is available at Sephora again. ABH is available at Sephora, not at Nykaa. So, oops, the brush just fell. This is a brand new palette. I haven't used it, but I've used my other Norvina palettes, and I know that the formula is going to be absolutely the same and extremely amazing. The shadows are highly blendable and very pigmented as well. They're also quite powdery, so it's good for people who want an amazing amount of blendability. This is one of their more neutral palettes and one of their cult palettes. The OG Norvina, the OG Anastasia ABH palettes. So I would definitely recommend this color story for spring, and I think you can get some beautiful, beautiful everyday neutral looks with this one. Coming to another palette that I really, really enjoyed using, this is by Stila. It's their After Hours palette. It's a lovely spring evening palette. I mean, of course, for daytime also, it's quite nice. These colors, the cool toned taupes and browns, they're very, very pretty, and this shade blends out beautifully, like a lovely inner corner shade. These shades are found to be very, very shimmery. So, these I would suggest that, unless you're feeling a little daring, or, if you like that sort of a look, definitely go for these. Otherwise, they would make for some beautiful evening looks. I mean, I know we're in the middle of a, lockdown, and the pandemic is raging in India. It's a really bad scene. But that wouldn't stop you from a date night or something, with your loved ones at home, be it your mom or be it your family or whoever, this is the time that we can spend with them. So I would definitely recommend this palette for that particular reason and also for everyday looks. Then the next palette I have for you is by Huda Beauty. It's the Mercury Retrograde palette. This is what it looks like. And this is available on Sephora as well as Nykaa. This is one of my favorite Huda Beauty palettes. The color story is just so me, and I think it's just so spring appropriate, with the little pops of, like a seafoam green and little pops of purples right here, and some really nice duochromes, and these pinks are just out of the world. Huda Beauty pigmentation, needless to say, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful across the board. It's um it's such a pretty palette, and this color is amazing, like amazing as a lid topper as well as for the inner corner highlight. I love this color. It's beautiful duochrome. It shifts to like a gold, purple, white. It's beautiful. So this palette I would highly recommend for spring and summer. Even, this is something I would wear in winters as well. It's just such a beautiful palette to go for. Next, coming to a smaller palette, this is from Kiko Milano. It's from their Sicilian Notes range. It's the Maxi Eyeshadow Palette 02 Sicilian Baroque. And it's a Baroque kind of a design. It's really interesting. All of these are shadows. And it's a beautiful warm color story, very appropriate for spring and summer, and very appropriate for, if you want everyday looks, you can use these three colors and just, like a little bit of lid topper right here or an inner corner highlight, and these are beautiful, stunning colors to go for. So this is by Kiko Milano, the Sicilian Notes Maxi Eyeshadow Palette in 02. This is available at the Kiko Milano stores as well as on Nykaa, I think. Then coming to Lime Crime. Lime Crime is a brand that has been launched on Nykaa, and it's a very nice brand. Earlier, I bought this eyeshadow palette much before it was launched in India, and it's a gorgeous eyeshadow. It's the Venus XL2. That's the packaging, and these are the shadows. This one came busted, so I had to repress it, and these are the shadows, which are so spring appropriate, so summer appropriate. Beautiful pastel color story. Lovely shimmers. I love this green right here, and all of these, like a outer corner darkening shade right there. These are just gorgeous on the eyes, and I love this color on the lid. So I would highly recommend this palette. This is available on Nykaa, and it's the Venus XL2 by Lime Crime. Coming to one of my favorite brands, Dior. This is the Dior Backstage Eye Palette in 003 Amber Neutrals. This is a stunning color story. It's really warm. There's just one cool tone brown right there, but otherwise it's a very warm color story, and it's a very compact palette in a plastic packaging, which is quite sturdy. So this is great for, like a quick eye look, or, something that you just, we're not really on the go here, but, something that you can just pop out and just pop on your eyes, and that's about it. It's got a concealer shade here, which I don't use. I don't know, this is just not one of my things to have a cream formulation in a powder palette. But Dior Backstage, the quality is fantastic, and I would highly recommend this as a smaller palette. It's a 9-pan palette with 8 shadows in it. And this is available at Dior stores, it's available on Nykaa, and it's available on Sephora as well. Then coming to Too Faced. This is your Shake Your Pom Poms palette. It is one of the cutest eye palettes. It's in a tin packaging. That's the color story. It's very neutral. It's beautiful. It's beautiful on the eyes. It gives the softest eye looks, and I thoroughly enjoyed this palette. Too Faced launched on Nykaa, I think about a year ago or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But this is, smells really good. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes from Too Faced, from the 8 pan range, the tin range. And I thoroughly enjoyed using this for spring and summer. Then coming to Shiseido. So we're getting smaller with the eye palettes. This is the Essentialist eye palette in Namiki Street Nature 03. That's the color scheme. This is available on Sephora. It might be available, I think Shiseido's on Nykaa as well. I find this color story to be extremely neutral. I used to love wearing this for work, and it's a very neutral color story. It's not going to pack a punch or anything, but it's going to contour your eyes and give you the right shade and light on the eyes to make them pop on a regular basis. So this is something that you can just use every day, and nobody's traveling these days or whatever, and I hate it when people say, oh, it's a great travel palette, but frankly speaking, this is a great travel palette. So anytime that people things get better and people start traveling, this is a palette to look out for. Shiseido eyeshadow formulas are absolutely beautiful, and I thoroughly enjoyed this palette and I would recommend this. So the details of all the eyeshadow palettes are going to be mentioned in the description box. I will try and add links wherever I can, and that would just make it easier for you to shop. Last but not the least, I couldn't do without this palette here. This is the Huda Beauty Nude Medium Obsessions palette. This is available on Nykaa. It's available on Sephora. It's a stunning eyeshadow palette. Like the name suggests, it's nude. It's a medium nude, so it's great for light to medium skin tones. If you want it to really show up. There's a deeper and a rich version of this as well for deeper skin tones. The shimmers are really nice. What they do is they don't pack a punch really, but they give a nice sheen, like a nice metallic sheen to the eye. And the mattes are super blendable. So, I thoroughly enjoyed using this eyeshadow palette and I would recommend it to anyone. This is like a year-round eyeshadow palette, frankly speaking. I think the nudes are always like year-round. But I found the medium one to be very appropriate for spring-summer. So if you're looking for something and you're like a nude shadow lover or something, you just like neutral looks, like a couple of my friends who just love neutral makeup, this would be perfect for you. So this is available on Sephora as well as Nykaa, and this is the Huda Beauty Medium Nude Obsessions eyeshadow palette. Now this culminates my video for the top 10 eyeshadow palettes for spring and summer. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you liked my suggestions for these eyeshadows, and especially I really did take care and researched and found that they were all available in India. I did not want to show something that would not be available to you readily. And if you like this kind of content and you enjoyed this video, please do give me a thumbs up and please do consider subscribing. My name is Aastha. I love makeup. I love my subscribers. I love dogs. And I would love for COVID to just go away. And I don't want to add a negative feel to this video, but please take care, everyone. Please stay safe. Please stay indoors. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.